tell us what you got going on here.
Yeah, welcome to the dojo, mate.
Is that what you call it, the dojo?
Yeah, a little bit.
I heard
yeah.
the dream lab.
The workout room, the lab of dreams. Yes,
the lab of dreams. Okay.
Where dreams are made and broken.
Hopefully not broken.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
So is this primarily a place where you're songwriting, producing, or do you bring clients in here, or a mix of both? Or,
yeah, we do both. Yeah. So usually, we'll talk to management. They'll organize a session, and usually we start with songwriters. 50-50. So sometimes we have the artist in, sometimes we have songwriters in. I just call my friends up sometimes randomly also, and just say, "What are you doing? Come over, let's do some stuff."
Nice.
And we'll fool around, and it's kind of pretty open plan creatively, so you can hit anything and it's pretty live.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, and so I tend to lean towards analog. I don't use splice or any kind of outside samples that have been brought in. I like to know that whatever I'm bringing in, the electricity is moving from there to here. I love the feeling that I am creating something that maybe sound like a sample. So coagulate different sounds. Yeah,
and you have some. It looks like you actually have some samplers.
Yeah,
so you're kind of taking some of the analog into that.
Yeah,
and then nice.
Yes, actually, yeah, I can flip the analog signals, so I actually run the Juno through this Eventide H9, which is a guitar pedal, but it takes the Juno to a new level, so you can really experiment with a lot more sounds. This is probably one of my favorite keyboards of all time. The Juno.
Oh, it's a classic, yeah.
And this has a nice mod in it. It's a German mod, and it basically allowed it to get MIDI in and out, which it didn't have originally, so that really helps. And it has a detuner, so you can get that weekend sound. This is just the classic DX7.
Another classic, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of old school. It has some nice pad sounds. The sub fatty for low end. Also, over here is this is kind of my dirt machine, the MC101. And it's a lot dirtier sounding, and I can get bass sounds out of that as well, which I really love. And then I sample a lot, so cool. I like sampling in from vinyl. So I get vinyl, the preamp, and I can run the vinyl through the 404. So I can tweak whatever I'm bringing in from the Technics here. And then the TR8S is a very clean drum machine. So that's more for the pop, pristine kind of.
Are you using the samples that are built in on that, or are you?
I use the samples that are built in on this.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But they're coming out of they're chip based. It's not like just grabbing samples that have already been converted for you. So you're the conversion process is all happening here, live, which I really love. So I very rarely use soft synths in the box, and I only just started doing that, and creatively it's been phenomenal.
Could we talk about, it looks like you have a nice vocal chain set up over here too.
We do, and thanks to Mojave, the front end of it is perfect. So I run the MA1000, which Dusty has so generously provided for me, and it runs through a Chandler TG2 into the classic 1176 and then the Teletronics LA2A.
Killer.
And so as far as vocal chains go, I haven't found anything that beats this so far. So
yeah, and it's a classic for a reason.
Yeah, right. So I'm really impressed with that chain.
And you're running everything into
Apollo
3 Apollos.
Yeah, because I wanted the live kit, so I have a Slingerland out there, which you'll see later. But basically, I wanted live drums. I think rock's gonna make a big comeback, and it already has. I think over the past couple of years with Rodriguez and a bunch of those kids coming up and actually enjoying playing their instruments again and not sitting in front of a screen for 20 hours and clicking away, which
I love it.
I don't think anybody wants to do that.
Yeah. Well, why don't we go in and check out the live room then?
Yeah, let's do it.
What the setup looks like
Absolutely,
out there.
Love to.
Tell us what we got going on in this room.
Okay, so Dusty has sorted me out over the past month, and it's just been incredible sonically. I'm really, really pleased. So overheads, we have the MA100s. We'll go to hats, we got the MA101. And then we've got on the kick, Tom 1, Tom 2, we have the 301 FET. We have the MAD's top bottom of the snare. Then we have room mic, we have the MA37, MA200, my first foray into Mojave. And then over here in the back room, we've got the MA1000. It's dynamic, it slaps.
It does indeed.
It's a big sleigh.
It's a big sleigh.
It's a big sleigh all day, all the way.
legend has it that you have a story behind most of these mics.
Well, not the FETs, because they're pretty
Not
new.
the FETs.
Not the FETs, but yeah, the MA100s, I've been using those. Kit-wise, it was half Mojave and then half kind of 421s and everything. But today, we tested the 301 FETs and they absolutely kill the 421s. Sorry, Sennheiser. And then the MA200 back there, that was literally the first condensed microphone for vocals I bought in my home studio with Leah, my partner in Dream Lab Productions, right? And we just set it up, and the 200 was just, I couldn't explain it. It was like, for the price, it was a bit of a giant killer. And so we were like, I don't know, let's try it on some of these artists. And we had the opportunity to we were working with Disney a lot, so Hollywood Records. We were going through kind of the plethora of that kind of High School Musical era. So we were with Vanessa Hudgens and Miley Cyrus while she was on that show, Hannah Montana. Yeah, that's the show. And Selena while she was on Wizards of Waverly Place, I think it was. So she was just coming out of that. They were just growing up through Disney. And you know how they kind of, if they want to do music, Disney will give them the opportunity to do that with Hollywood Records. So we came up through that system. That was kind of our opportunity to begin producing and songwriting with these artists, right? Yeah. Demi Lovato, all those guys. And we did track Demi on this microphone actually. But we did, there was a single that came out, it got released, it was one of the first charting songs for Selena. And we went to Glenwood Studios. I took the MA200. I wasn't going to take it because I figured they'll have the 251, the C12, the U67, U47. They're going to, and we were kind of a bit scared because we didn't know what microphone would fit her. And I was like, just on the off chance that the MA200 might work, I don't know, probably not. I'll take it in. And so I asked the studio, because it was the first time we'd really tracked her on a big single, to line up, you know, probably, I think we had about 8 microphones lined up. So we had the 47, the 67, the 251, the C12,
and then the humble.
And then I just kind of was like, I have this little lunchbox and this little guy. And so we popped him open, we took him out, and so the windows are reflective, so you can't really see through those. They're kind of angled. So I said, turn the lights down, bring Selena in. She arrives. She's amazing. She gets here 10 minutes early. I'm freaking out. I'm like,
I'm not ready yet.
Cool. Yeah, well, you know, it was all set up. And so we just thought, just run the verses and the hook. Just sing the hook, you know, and we'll see what happens. And I was there with an engineer that she worked with quite a lot. And we started testing the microphones out, blind test, and it was unanimous across the board. We were like, number 3. And I was like, it's probably going to be like, I don't know, C12 might work on her, because she has this kind of, Selena has kind of a full, thick voice, really nice and warm. And lo and behold, it was the MA200 Slay. Wow. Yeah, so
the MA200 Slay.
It took the cake. Honestly, was unanimous. Even Selena was like, this one, please. You know, she's nice. Like, it was a very sweet microphone. It has brilliant dynamic range. It can take a lot. So also, Selena's not a powerful singer, but we found with someone like Demi, she's a rocket ship, you know, and even with her screaming into that, it was taking it, you know. So it was like, it had the warmth of the U67, but it could take a lot more. So you can put it on a cab, you can put it on a guitar cab, you can put it on anything. I use it on acoustic guitars a lot as well. It's beautiful, bright, just easy to deal with, like no compression, just leave it and send it to mix. So.
For those who don't know, the difference between the MA200 and the MA300 is the same microphone, but the MA300 you have different polar patterns available.
Yeah,
With the
MA200
MA200
have more options.
It's just a cardioid.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, it just has the roll off. Yeah, pretty much.
And I think you had you've used the MA1000.
Oh
quite
my
a bit as
god,
well.
The MA1000 is definitely trolling the Telefunken 251. And you know, look, the 251s, they're wonderful, but if you get the older capsules and stuff, they can be a bit diva, you know. And what I love about the components in the MA100 is, you know, it's fresh, you know, it's coming in hot. But I'm excited to try the 301 FET on vocals. So I haven't tried that yet. So, I mean, it's pretty fresh. They came in today, or I've been using them on the kit mostly. And on the kick, it's like, it's snappy. It's really, it's hard to ignore how quick the transients are getting picked up on the toms and the kick now. Like, I haven't heard it like that before. It's really, it's.
Let's not keep the people in suspense. Let's give them what they want. We can let you hear Dave Raven come in earlier. He recorded some samples with all of the Mojave mics here, so we'll jump to that and let you hear what they sound like. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you stay tuned. We're gonna loop back at some point with Dan and get his thoughts on the MA301 FET and the MA1000. He's got some exciting new releases coming up with the MA1000, and we want him to
definitely
reveal some of his secrets.
Yeah, I've been tracking on that for the last 2 weeks. I'm really pumped. It's sounding phenomenal. I can't wait for you guys to hear what's going on there. Yeah.
Cool. Stay tuned.